welcome back to another episode of the Knife Nuts podcast. As usual, it's been a while, but we're happy to be here now.
Yeah, real life gets in the way sometimes, and that's
For
just
sure.
how it is.
What a crazy couple of weeks.
Yeah, but we haven't been completely inactive in the in the downtime.
Certainly not. The Instagram has been popping. Everybody's been chatting us up on there.
Yeah.
I've actually never said anything's been
Got a lot
popping
of
in my
dudes
life.
sliding in your DMs there.
Lots sliding in my DMs, sliding in our emails,
Sliding into other people's Snapchats.
sliding into Snapchat. What the?
That was
I
beautiful,
hope we could
Dave.
tell that story.
Dave,
Yeah.
that
Ah,
was-
dude. Let's
Oh,
just
you
say
served that up on a platter, Dave. That was.
I'm just gonna put this out there. If anyone thinks that it's a good idea to use someone else's email to start a Snapchat to talk to a thought, just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
It won't end well for anyone.
Yeah.
Okay?
Don't try and get the Snapchat account of that one girl that posts the knives, like mists of something with it always conveniently in front of her ass. It's not gonna work.
None
Don't
of it
bother.
works. Yeah, and chicks are not impressed by knife podcasts, okay? They're just not. If you think that you're going to be able to use the Knife Nuts podcast to get laid, let me tell you something. It don't work.
It hasn't worked for any of us yet.
No. All right.
Hey, baby, I run a semi-successful, extremely niche podcast about collecting knives
Yeah.
with a bunch of dudes.
There's a bunch of dudes.
One of them doesn't like China.
Now, a lot of our listeners wear fedoras.
We, at one point, really hated people that flip ballad songs, and now we're sponsored by one.
Now we literally are the Ballad Song Podcast. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to BRS. We love you guys.
We just compromised everything we believe in.
Yeah, our
except for
integrity is-
sponsorship.
Thank you all for listening to us, even though our integrity has been completely compromised.
This is just going to be an hour of advertisements. It's like QVC, but for knives.
But you know what? That's what I've found with a lot of podcasts now. They literally are just advertising crap every second.
Do you listen
Because-
to Smoking Tire?
I couldn't listen to it anymore because Matt
The
Farah
first 5
makes me
minutes.
Matt Farah makes me want to throw my dog across the room.
I kind of like Matt Farah, but the first 5 minutes are just ads. You just skip right through it,
Dude,
and there's none after that. but-
That's what it is. So let me. Should we lead in with that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everyone who picked up a Knife Nuts Void. I think that thing is going to come out amazing. That thing sold out in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was nuts
Which
because
was insane.
it's not a cheap knife.
It was not a cheap knife. I am fully aware that $550 was a chunk of change, but is someone like washing their hands? What's happening here?
Yeah, that's my really loud toilet. Just roll with it.
You've got to be
Still
fucking
running
kidding.
since the last episode.
Dude, call a
Jayla
fucking
handle.
plumber. Call a plumber.
Yeah, I live in low income housing. You think
Dude.
if I call the maintenance people, they're really gonna fix it?
Dude, there's a little
Dude,
valve
YouTube,
at the bottom.
Google it. You can fix it yourself.
Dude, I cannot figure out the
Watch
source
one
of it.
YouTube video.
Jake, remember when my toilet broke and I said I'm now a plumber because I watched a YouTube video and fixed my
Yeah.
fucking toilet?
What are you,
Yeah.
Wesley?
Exactly.
Wesley Pipes, the plumber?
I'm Wesley Pipes.
no, I'm
All right.
saying
Yeah, I'm good at laying pipe. Nope, I'm not because I run a knife podcast.
correct. Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Void.
so so back to the Void. I am fully aware that $550 is a serious chunk of change for a knife, but I really do think that the value was there, relatively speaking. I think it'll come out very, very nice.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. We could even back up to the regular prototype.
Oh
We
yeah,
even talked about those.
Yeah, absolutely. That was, let alone R20 that sold in 5 minutes. Brian basically sold the entire line in 5 minutes. Isn't that right, Brian?
No, I mean I had it open for a couple hours, few hours.
Yeah. Well, they went away pretty quick, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, it's probably my fastest selling out of all the knives so far.
Well, congratulations. I think that's going to be a winner.
Thank you. I'm sure I didn't make any friends when when you announced that we were doing the Knife Nuts Void. It was a little after the fact, after they already bought some.
I mean, who cares? Like, it's 20 of them. If you wanted one, I think everyone that wanted one pretty much got one at this point. So that's what I'm happy about.
Yeah.
And it's not like they won't have to wait long for another chance at getting something cool, because the micro Evos are on their way, right?
I just got the prototypes in hand.
What's the dimensions on those? My bad.
It's a 3-inch blade.
Teeny weeny.
Oh, so it's bigger than the Micro Typhoon, regular Micro Typhoons?
No, that was 3 inches as well.
I thought that was 2.75. Oh,
No.
I'm losing it.
Yeah, it's almost the exact same size. Almost.
Yeah, so honestly, which is great because there's a lot of people still hunting for Micro Typhoons. They've sort of been, they fell into the ether. They're gone. Like, and I've seen some go for some crazy money. So I think this will be a great opportunity for someone to get in on a similar design and a similar size.
Yeah, don't pay crazy secondary market prices for Micro Typhoons when
Like,
Brian gets
seriously.
$0 from them.
Seriously, like $800 for a Micro Typhoon. Y'all are nuts.
Yeah.
Other than that, I want to thank everyone who has really been enjoying the challenge coins.
Oh, shit, yeah.
They were a huge hit. I have to say. I think everybody. I'm stopping. There will be 130 out there in total in circulation when all is said and done. Tomorrow, actually, the last versions show up, and I did pre-orders for 2 of the colors that are in
Levon,
that
I think,
group.
can I correct that number? I think 129 would be the highest possible number.
We're
aware of at least one that's already at the bottom of a lake.
Wait, what?
I mean, that's probably true. Mike Hostutler decided to literally throw his in the lake, but I think he actually had 2, so that's why he did it.
Still 129 in circulation. Go ahead.
It's somewhere around 130-ish. So either way, the original run of the antique copper ones, they sold out pretty quickly. I've been doing very small runs in different colors. The pre-order for the polished copper sold out, and I think at time of recording I have 6 antique silver with purple left. And tomorrow they all show up, so I'll be shipping all those pre-orders out within the next day or 2. I also have 2 more variations before I retire the mold, and I maybe move to something else next year. But those 2 will be very, very cool. And I might as well share what those are going to be on the podcast, because by the time this comes out, I may have shown them already. But there'll be an antique gold brass color with like a hunter green Knife Nuts logo. That's going to look really, really nice. And then by the time Halloween rolls around, I've got something really special coming. You guys have seen it. It is the black nickel version of the
favorite.
It's going to be so sick. I'm actually excited about it myself. So you'll have the black nickel with red enamel accents and moon glow text. So all the text on the coin will actually glow in the dark, as well as Steven Seagal's eye. That will also glow.
So cool.
It's going to be fucking crazy.
I'm super happy with how these came out. They're such a cool thing that you can show to even people who do not give 2 shits about knives and knife podcasts. It just looks cool. And they were more affordable for everybody than I expected, us and, the consumers. So,
I spent a lot of time trying to design it, and
yes, it shows.
I'm pretty proud of how they turned out, and they're made by a very reputable place. This place has done challenge coins for all the armed forces and every organization within. So it's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we learned a little bit from this run too. I mean, for the price, the quality is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's enjoying them. I love seeing them in everybody's Instagram pictures. So keep tagging us, and I just love seeing them.
We may not have the most consistent output of any knife podcast, but goddamn it, do we have the coolest merch?
I think so too.
That's it.
Speaking of merch, I'm also I'm trying to find a good t-shirt vendor. I'm really not thrilled with how we do things through Teespring.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
It's just not ideal. And we have that logo that was designed by Christoph, what the fuck? Why can't I think of his last name?
Van Helsing. Keep going.
Van Helsing, is that what you said?
Yes, move on.
Hold on, I gotta tell you his
When
name.
it comes to you, shout it out.
Yeah, Christoph Spotzel. That's his last name. See, it was a little bit of a weird last name. But he is the godfather of the black and death metal logos. So, like, any really cool black metal or hard to read heavy metal logo from like the late 80s on was probably designed by him, you know? He also did the logo for the Bladeology podcast, which turned out really, really cool. We're just going to use ours for some merch and maybe for some Halloween fun. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Shit is dope.
We got a lot of cool knives in, or at least I did. I've spent a lot of money on knives.
The funny thing is I spent like the least that I have spent in a long time.
Yeah.
So, glad to comment on the shit you bought, though.
Yes. I don't even know where to begin. First off, at the Lehigh show, which was this past weekend, and I would like to also give our condolences to Bill Goodman. He ran the show for the past, I don't know how many years. It's been a bi-yearly show in our area, and he put a lot of time and effort into making a really cool place for knife enthusiasts to show up in our local area. So he was a really great guy. We actually were just hanging out with him in July, and it's sad to hear that he passed this last week. Was it, Brian?
Yeah, just a couple days before the show, I believe.
Yeah, it's really sad, but we know that the show is in good hands, and I think we'll continue to go on, and we'll do our part to promote it as well. So if you guys are ever in our area, and thank you to everyone who actually did show up and said hi to us too. It was fun seeing everybody as usual, but I only expect that show to get better as time goes on. Which leads me to what I picked up at the show. Jordan, Jordan Killer Steel, he managed to prime my Steve Karroll KC3 out of my hands, and I needed a replacement, So Steve was nice enough to make me a new one, which I picked up at the show. It's really nice. Chad Nichols Damascus, like a stonewash frame, Damascus clip, and it's got a thumb disc instead of a thumb stud, which I wasn't sure about at first, but I'm really, really liking it. It's also on washers, so we started to do a lot more of these special builds on washers instead of bearings. And I kind of missed like that old school, buying a custom knife and having that break-in period. You know what I mean? Where the things are going to get better. It's more rewarding. It feels like you have some sort of connection with the knife.
It is.
If that makes sense.
It is weird with modern production knives that have so little break-in.
Yeah, they just like, well, this is perfect. Yeah. I guess it's fine. And it's going to end up well with the washered knife, but
yeah, it
takes some, as you start wearing it in, it's just a cool thing.
Yeah, that one is really nice. I had no idea that you had sold your other Steve Karroll knife.
I actually traded it. I wouldn't sell it because Jordan's a friend. I was like, I'm not gonna sell this, dude. So
what did you trade for it?
Just trade me something. He actually traded me Nick Chuprin. What do you call it? What's his knife called? It's the flipper, the only one he does.
One of them was called the micro one.
NCC, yeah, the micro one is the small version. Yeah. I need to know what the name of the thing is.
The one NCC knife.
The NCC knife. What is it called?
It whittles it down pretty far.
The one that's not quite. It's an MK1.
There we go.
Mark 1. Creative. Wow. Not a very. It's not really a name at all.
Exactly.
While we're here, let's all say a little prayer for Nick. He was raped by a black man with a very large penis this past week.
Oh.
Well, we might have to cut that.
We missed an inside joke there.
If only it was a joke.
Wait.
We'll have to cut this out. There's no way.
I'll ask about
that. Why? Let it fly. Who cares?
We'll figure that one out later.
Well,
prayers out to
thoughts and prayers to Nick.
The Bladeology podcast will never be the same. Or maybe it will be. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But that was my most recent acquisition, was that Steve Karroll KC3. And it's always great seeing... Was that a little fart? What was that? Did you hear that?
Sorry.
It was probably Jake.
I was on mute. It wasn't me.
It was definitely Jake.
It's pliers. Good. Move on.
Pliers. What the
Move past
fuck
it.
would you be using pliers for during a podcast?
Plying
I'm not really
things.
using them, sort of fidgeting.
He's fidgeting with them.
I've got like my copper flashlights in front of me, and they have patinaed more than usual, and so I'm just checking them out.
He has to make enough noise to hide the background noise.
That is true.
Yeah, if that's possible, I'll try. I'm trying to just keep constant noise here, so the mic doesn't switch to like sensitive mode and pick up the children.
Stampeding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
well,
right there. Mute.
Yeah, the mute button is your friend.
Something with Steve Karroll, maybe. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it's always great seeing Steve and his wife. They're great people. I just enjoy talking to him. He's for a maker that he doesn't make a lot of appearances and he doesn't make a lot of knives. He takes his time with his stuff and makes some really, really nice pieces.
Yeah, he's an underrated maker. Flies under the radar for sure.
Without
He's
a doubt.
not big on social media or really big anywhere.
No, he's a cool dude, and if you don't follow him now, you definitely should.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
can get
and Karroll is Karroll. That's how you spell his name.
Yep. And and you can get his knives, I think, from his Facebook group or something. I think I'm part of it just out of solidarity.
He's starting to post more stuff on Instagram as he's building up his repertoire on there. You'll see that. I got a couple of knives from Drop that I want to talk about. The first one is the Matt Degnan Emrose.
Oh, that's the dagger
It's
has,
not even
right?
a dagger. It's a stiletto style. It's a single edged knife. But it's very lightweight. Comes in a bunch of different executions. It's just like a basic drop point blade on there, but it looks like a like a stiletto.
Yeah, looks like a classic kind of Italian stiletto that's not an auto and is probably a little bit more robust. if I had to guess.
Precisely. So, but it's really light, and the one that Drop sent me to check out has bronze anodizing and burgundy micarta.
How dare they not send you the purple one?
I thought that was. I think this is the only sample they had because it's really early in the. Because I got to send this one back to them. Actually, probably this week.
It's probably their only proto, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the only one. They've been really cool to work with too. I talked to Amy over at Drop, and she's been really, really cool. The other one that she sent me to look at, which I probably wouldn't have sprung for, but now that I have it, it is super nice, and that's the Tashi Bharucha Heatseeker.
Yeah,
that they did.
I saw it and I saw it was real and I saw the price was reasonable, but I don't know why. For some reason or another, I didn't pull the trigger on it. I'm semi regretting it, but I think they have them in stock.
They have them in stock. If you order one now, it ships within a day.
Yeah.
I know some people have told me that they've been pretty slow on the shipping. I don't know what's happening with that. I would just hit them up, but it's supposed to be shipping within a day. And the knife is stellar. I mean, you get the hand rub blade. The one they sent me has that really deep Riot bronze ano. And the hand rub blade. The action's amazing. The build is amazing. Really, really cool knife. $275 for that knife.
Riot has done such a weird thing to the knife industry where they've democratized good knives at this point, and you basically you don't even have to worry about quality anymore. It's so bizarre that anything you see from them you can just buy and it's not going to be bad.
It's very true. I have some theories and some thoughts on that as it impacts the industry. But that's a really broad topic that I don't really want to get into.
There's just so many less badly made knives out there right now than there used to be, which is just a strange thing to think about. That
is true. I mean, it's funny that you can, but what's the weird discrepancy is that Benchmade, still sells a Griptilian. How much does a Griptilian cost? Like $200?
No, it's like $100 for the very base one. Like $100.
Okay, let's say it's it's still a plastic handled knife with a blade made out of butter, right?
Yes.
So, and I love the Griptilian. That's a classic. It was my gateway knife and that sort of thing, but it hasn't changed almost at all since its inception, and the price certainly hasn't changed since its inception.
It hasn't changed it in a decade, almost a decade. Well, they recently introduced S30V, and it's $125 now for the cheapest one.
Okay, well, see, that's pretty expensive, right? For what you're getting.
Yes, for still plastic handled. Still going to be off center, still terrible grinds,
right,
etc.
That's just the crux of my whole argument is like that company is not worried about Riot.
It is so strange to think about, but obviously it's true. I mean, Benchmade isn't going out of business or anything.
That's right. They're playing the long game, and that's what companies like Shirogorov are doing, but from a different avenue. Their prices are high, but it's sustainable for them. That's the only way they're able to build their brand and say, look, we have a premium product and we're not afraid to charge for it.
I mean, it's worked for Chris Reeve knives since their inception. I mean, that's literally their entire plan. Otherwise, they'd be blown out of the water by the Chinese companies if they didn't just stand behind having a higher price.
Exactly right.
But speaking of not high prices, that Emrose is $124. What is we doing to get these price points?
Well, it's not what we's doing. It's
what those kids are doing.
Drop is ordering in quantities that
are unfathomable.
Are unfathomable to what we normally see.
Like a 300 piece run,
300 piece, 500 piece, even 1,000 piece run. We're talking thousands of knives, right? But that Emrose, I mean, that's why they do the pre-order thing, because that way they can, gauge the interest in what they're doing and order accordingly. But some of the executions on that knife are really cool, so I definitely recommend you go check that out. We'll put a link in the liner notes for that. I also want to give a shout out to Matt Degnan as a whole. He's a really cool dude. I've been talking to him a bunch the past couple of weeks. I actually just got the Gnar, which is his Wii knife design that came out. I love that thing. I haven't posted any pictures of it yet, but it's been in and out of my pocket for the past couple of weeks now.
It's a fantastic design, but to me, it just does not look like it should be a small knife. I don't know. I'm always shocked when I see it's a 2.8-inch blade.
It works so well. I would never even guess that it's even when you're holding it, it feels right.
Who am I to comment on what size blade should be at this point, considering how the Void sold out so quickly?
That's correct.
And we'll see with the microwave. But clearly, small knives are still very much here to stay. That has not changed at all in the 2 to 3 years we've been doing this podcast.
That is true. I think I do see, and Brian and I were chatting about this earlier. I think there will inevitably be a resurgence in larger knives too. I think that collectors really do appreciate a larger knife. And I think a move to washer-based knives from the higher-end Chinese companies is on the horizon as well.
I mean, you can sell it as a novelty at this point. People get excited when they see something's on washers. So all you got to do is like Blizzard did with World of Warcraft Classic, just sell people the shit they used to have back to them.
That's right.
And it's somehow novel again. And
yeah.
Hell, I'm totally guilty of that. I like getting a knife that's on washers these days. It's just different.
We see the trends in the market, like the front flippers and stuff like that, which still have some steam somehow. I am not 100. I am really picky about a front flipper.
But Knife Haters is very much going in on them. We'll see how that affects
by
the
Knife
market.
Haters, do you mean Knife Critiques?
Yes. He's been going in on front flippers recently.
That's true.
Because the Gareth Bull knives have been, or have crept up to now they're $1,000.
No thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer a knife to have a D10, but that's just me.
Yeah, I also prefer the maker not to be a...
Oh yeah, to not have been kicked out of a Knife Makers Guild?
yeah, exactly.
You can't get us, we're too far away. Good luck taking a 16-hour flight to come get us.
Oh wow, that's great. The knives look good. They look nice.
Sure.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I don't think I'm really super in on front flippers either.
They're not for me.
No.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but Elijah has a really cool front flipper design in the works. I think that'll be announced, and I don't know where I know where it's going to be released, but I don't want to say anything about it just yet. But it's pretty cool. I like it. I've been carrying it for a bit.
All right, I'm curious. I think the Abstruse was a front flipper. Maybe
I like the Abstruse. That's a smaller knife. This one's more of a full size knife.
Oh, I'm curious. It's Elijah, so I'll check it out.
Yeah, and it follows that vertebral integral aesthetic.
Okay. I hate to say, but the Aeterna just came out. It seems like not for me.
Did you handle it? I might send you mine to see because
no,
once you,
I don't think I have actually.
I think I'm gonna send it to you with this just to check out because it is badass. I think it might be my favorite one of his knives.
That's funny because the design
wacky.
just doesn't do it for me.
It's wacky looking. Don't get me wrong, but
it is too wacky for me.
But it is so thin behind the edge, TBTE, that it's unfathomable. The thing is like a laser.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy cool.
It's cool. It took a while to come out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a complex item.
Yeah, I remember the proto from a while ago.
That's right.
Just coming out. Yeah, but I don't know. I'll check out if Elijah does a front flipper, but I'm not really running to any front flippers these days. Not that I've seen a lot come out production wise anytime recently. So
yeah, I mean, people always ask, "Aren't you sick of frame lock flippers?" I'm like, no, I'm not, because they fucking work.
Yeah, it's still pretty fun.
Yeah.
I'm afraid the novelty has not really worn off for me. Even like checking out something with a different lock, like the ant lock.
Right.
You know, I carried that steel wheel a little bit for like a week or two, and then it didn't really hook me like a frame lock. And
you were such a pain in the ass because you wouldn't shut up about that knife for like 2 years.
Yep.
And you finally get it, and you're such a dingleberry.
Yeah, nothing.
About it.
You know, nothing lives up to the hype when you hype something up for 2 years in your brain. So, of course, it's gonna be like this is mediocre. I don't know. The new Tool album didn't blow me away.
It's a good album.
It's good. I just like 13 years of waiting for it. Didn't melt my brain.
To a lot of, I thought you were about saying that. It just sounded like you were starting humming the album there for a second.
No.
I don't want to get on a tirade about heavy metal albums at the moment because it's been a crazy year for music too.
Yes.
A lot of great stuff has come out.
That'll be a separate podcast.
Absolutely. Our death metal podcast is in the works. But speaking of frame lock flippers, my go-to carry for the past God knows how long at this point has been the Custom Knife Factory Tough Knives Switch.
Nice.
It's
nice.
It is a very, very, very nice knife. I like it a lot.
I don't really hear people complaining about CKF anymore. I mean, their prices are high now, but
yeah, but you know what? Like, thing has a Zerk backspacer. I mean, it's really well done. Like, the things about it, it kind of almost justifies the price a little bit.
I think they're leaning more into the custom knife thing that they, which is what they originally wanted to do. But now they're really starting to do that with like the Zerk
factory that produces custom knives.
It is a terrible name still, but they're at least using materials you don't get on production knives normally.
That is true.
I think that's what they're doing, and I think probably what they originally wanted to do, but weren't really doing at first when their knives were in like the $200 to $300 range.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. But they still
have. Do you remember our complaint with them early on? Even though the execution was really nice, the materials were nice. It just seemed like they were all soulless. You know, we'd be excited for 5 minutes and then never want to pick it up again. Is that Switch like that, or is it?
I would say that all of the newer stuff, including the Thief, are they're very, very nice knives. And the only reason I didn't hang on to the Thief was because it was just impractical to carry, and I just need to be able to carry the knives that I keep anymore.
Yeah, people love the snafu that they came out with.
I'm just not a Recenti fan.
Yeah, I mean,
they look good. They look good. I don't have any problem.
I bet they're incredibly well made. I just, I actually am not
and nothing really against Peter Recenti either.
No.
It's just not my bag.
I'm also not really interested in $650 knives right now. It won't be for a while.
Do you know what's kind of like the weird part with the Recenti stuff for me is that, like, if you go to a show, you can buy a Recenti for they range from what, 900 and up.
I would say probably more than that, but maybe 1,200. But
I think you can get like some of the plainer ones for less.
They're not wildly far off from the CKF prices.
That's where I'm at. I think if you want a Recenti, you're better off just saving up a little bit and buying a Recenti.
it's not out of the realm of possibility. If you can spend $600 on a knife, you can probably spend $900 on a knife.
Correct. That's my take on it.
Yeah. But CKF seems to be on a roll, at least with making very well made knives.
Yep. I would also like to say something. I think hell hath frozen over because GiantMouse has a knife that I can finally recommend.
Yes, I am cautiously optimistic. Well, not even cautiously. It's made by Riot. I'm very optimistic about that one.
I mean, the build is perfect.
Yeah,
as it would be.
What is it? The GiantMouse Ace Sonoma. Just for reference.
Yeah, it's I got mine at Blade HQ, and it was obviously it got here quickly and all that stuff. It's a very, very cool knife. I got the PVD one with the stonewashed blade. It's also available with a stonewashed frame and a satin blade. It's the first one that I really like,
Absolutely. It's hilarious because it's not a limited edition one, whereas the GM5 which is extremely similar in design, or is it the GM3, GM4?
I just don't. Yes, exactly. I saw someone post some pictures of the two of them next to each other. I thought they were the same knife at first.
I had the one that looks like it. I think it was the GM3.
I thought the Ace line was supposed to be like lower end, like
yeah, that's the point. This totally fucks that up.
Steel liner lock stuff. But is this how they are just trying to keep Italy happy? No, dude, you guys are cool. You guys will make the stuff that we sell. It'll be crap, but it'll be all right.
Yeah, because the GM3...
Hey, Riyadh, can you make this fucking knife for us, please? We're dying here.
The GM3 was like $350, and that thing was a piece of shit. I had one, and especially for that price. And then this comes out at $275, made by Riyadh, and looks absolutely incredible. I'm glad someone at GiantMouse got the message that was probably
How
a
could
good
they
idea.
not? How could they not? It's not like Jesper Voxnays doesn't know what a good knife should be like. He has to be picking up these knives and being like, wow, this is shit. You know what I mean?
Not to stereotype the Italians, but maybe there was a deal he couldn't, or an offer he couldn't refuse here, because he is like indebted to the Italians.
He woke up with a horse head in his bed. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because, he is just stuck with these Italian manufacturers through thick and thin.
I will say this. Somehow, the Italians know how to make a production slip joint.
Yes. Yeah.
Why? Why can they do that?
The Fox ones and the Viper ones and like the Line Steel ones are all beautiful.
I like the Line Steel ones a lot, actually.
Yeah, they're beautiful. But what was it?
As much as I like slip joints, which is not that much.
I feel like there was a Fox knife or a Fox made knife that came out recently that looked like really good. And it was
Are you talking about the one with all the holes that somehow, mysteriously won a whole bunch of awards at Blade Show?
No, not that one.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, not that one. I thought maybe I'm imagining things. I thought there was some Italian-made knife recently where I was like, oh, that actually looks pretty good. I mean, I guess technically the steel will, the antlock stuff was made by Fox, so
but
I'm not mad about those.
But those are, I can't be mad about those. They're priced perfectly.
Yeah. No, the problem with GiantMouse was the insane prices on the Italian-made knives.
Yeah, and the antlock works. It's not a bad knife at all.
Yeah, I remember when we were at the New York show. Was that last year? The year before? When I handed Jake my GiantMouse GM5, and he was just like, "Where's the D10?" And I was just like, "Oh."
Yeah, I remember. In the hotel room.
Yeah. It's just like, it's no D10. I was like, yeah, you're
it just
right.
literally has no D10.
A lot of people handed me GiantMouses with no D10 or no centering or no whatever.
Yeah, I remember you fixed that one for that one guy, and we're like, nah, I'm done after this. Hey, weren't you just fixing a knife for Eugene Kwan?
Yeah, it's a.
He wasn't fixing it. He just was making it.
He just wanted it blasted.
Oh, okay.
I actually got one of those. I actually got one of those knives too.
The Alliance knives, something to keep you informed.
Pat Hammond.
It's a Pat Hammond design with a really nice satin and
tiny little guy.
Tiny, super tiny. I posted a video of the bearings up against my fingerprint, so you can see how tiny these little bearings are.
So I assume those are probably easy to lose, if I had to guess.
Well, they're captured, but they're just really, really small. It's just a very petite little thing.
I thought we were regressing to like IKBS.
No, but that is still out there.
It is?
Oh, yes.
Yo, and speaking of Shirogorov, they do still use
loose bearings,
like non-captured bearings.
Yeah.
Like it looks like it's captured on some of the multi-row.
Gotcha.
And they're not.
It ain't.
So be careful.
I got a new Shiro too.
Oh God, that one. Are we talking about the one you revealed last night, or
no? That one is not even available yet. I entered the lottery for that one.
Oh, okay. The lottery.
And so you bought it?
The Armenian lottery.
Yeah,
the riggery.
I got the
confirmation.
You got the 95. You got the turtle, but the reverse turtle.
The Turtleman, yes.
Yeah, the
with
95T.
It's cool. I never was crazy about the turtle pattern, but the satin flats. I mean, it's a nice.
I bet it is nice.
Wow, it is.
I like the hot tea better. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I like the hot tea. My hot tea with the black cherry.
The hot tea,
is probably
my hot tea.
The hot tea, my hot tea. With the,
hot tea.
Oh, hot tea, my hot tea. I could really go for some hot tea right now.
I almost made a tea. And then I thought, if I'm going to bring anything down, it's going to be a yogurt so I can make fun of Dave.
Wow, I can't believe you remember that.
Oh,
even though it was literally one episode ago, probably.
You were trying to tell us that there's literally no way to eat yogurt without having sex with your mouth with the yogurt or something like that. And I was like,
oh, that's what? I challenge you. Go get it.
I'll try it.
Just don't have to, Dave. You know you don't have to chew yogurt.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You don't eat chunky yogurt?
Oh.
Where were we going before this?
Like when I open a yogurt for my girls, before I hand it to them so that they don't spill it, I actually just like tip it back and take a sip of it.
So you drink like the liquid off the top of the yogurt?
No. This is kids yogurt. It's like heavily homogenized and pasteurized and loaded with
hormones,
whatever poison. Yeah,
fluoride.
Mm-hmm.
To make the frogs gay.
To make the frogs
gay.
Yeah, Alex Jones.
Yeah. Oh.
Did you guys see CKF has the new collaboration with Johnny Rotten?
Yeah.
Yes. Bonnie Rotten's brother?
Yeah.
No one.
Wait,
not really, right?
For a second.
No, it's not. No, not really.
I don't think they're related.
Definitely not. So if you ever wanted a production version of a production version of a copy of a custom Strider knockoff,
wow, bold.
You can have that.
Oh.
Well, they sell for like $10,000, so clearly we're wrong.
We have a differing opinion. Although I did get to chat with him along with Doc Schiffer for a while.
I'm half kidding. So I think it looks cool.
Well, you weren't there, so you can hate him.
I definitely don't hate him. I have nothing personal against him, but a lot of people do. So
yeah, no, yeah. On the announcement about the CKF collaboration, there's some mixed feelings. There's some mixed emotions.
I don't know. Everyone hates people that get successful.
No, but there's people that that hate with no reason. But
yeah.
A couple years ago, people gave him actual money to put deposits on knives that have yet to be built. However, every knife he builds, he auctions off and doesn't sell to the people. That was the complaint. That is the complaint, and it's I like people to be successful. He deserves to be successful. He's a talented guy. Yeah, and then the icing on the cake is that the production version that CKF is doing is a 1-to-1 version of the custom knife that sells for $10,000.
Yeah, it looks really good for a production knife. Like those grinds look super cool.
It's got a lot of finger grooves, because
it does have a lot of fucking finger grooves.
That means ergonomic, because
it looks
that's
like
what you need. You want every knife to feel like a squeezed piece of
Play-Doh.
Yeah.
Hey, it worked for Jeff Vandermeulen. It can work for Bonnie Rotten.
Did it work for Jeff Vandermeulen?
Hey, man, he's still alive, so that's good.
Yeah, I like Jeff Vandermeulen. I do.
It's a wacky one.
The Evolution is the name of that model.
Yes, the Evolution. They do sell for a lot. It is reminiscent of the Rad Knives situation where the guy blew up like crazy. I don't even know if the Rad Knives guy's alive anymore. I assume he is, and I assume he's very wealthy.
Yep.
I assume he is doing just fine.
And I'm still blocked as far as I know, and I'll never know why.
Who cares? Like, seriously. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. You know, it turns out you don't need to be friends with everybody, which I'm totally fine with.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have picked someone else to block me because I knew him from his, automotive fame before he ever started making knives, but whatever.
Still don't care.
Yeah.
So much for professional courtesy.
Brian had a topic about PayPal.
Brian has a lot of topic suggestions right now.
Yeah, let's go with one of the
two. Jesus fucking Christ, Jake! Never do that again.
That was Brian. Wait, was that?
No, that was me.
That was Jake impersonating Brian.
Levon missed the.
No, I didn't. I didn't miss it. You couldn't hear me, but I was there.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's go with the first topic, maybe. So PayPal freezing accounts. This has been worse than usual. I actually haven't sold a knife in months, so I've escaped the ban hammer.
Let me lead in with this. There's actually a pretty cool site that was started by Justin Savkov for Savkov Knives and Nick Chuprin, and it's called EDC Bid. It's a very nice site. It's made with the best intentions too. So they've really put a lot of time and effort into making a really, really nice place for people to be able to sell knives and EDC gear. It just so happened that a lot of people who had sold some stuff on there, including myself, got emails saying, "Hey, your account's been temporarily locked. You need to provide some information about these specific transactions." I was like, okay. And the transaction list, what was odd about the one that came to me was the transaction list that was shown had nothing to do with the sale on EDC Bid. So I was like, what the fuck? They actually listed a bunch of the sales for the coins, and I was like, yeah, these are pre-sales for literal coins, dude. And they unlocked it within like an hour or two of me sending that stuff, so it didn't last very long for me. However, some people got blocked completely. Like, they're never allowed to use PayPal again.
Jesus.
And EDC Bid did contact PayPal and said, look, are we doing anything against your rules here? And they actually went through and looked at the site and said, no, we love your site. I think that looks great. Everything should be fine. We don't know what's going on. Now, what's extra fucked up about this is that Adam Purvis, who has nothing to do with EDC Bid, had his PayPal permanently locked. And it has nothing to do with any of the raffle stuff he does, nothing like that. That's all a separate thing. It has nothing to do. This is just literally the account that he uses that's linked to his website for selling knives, for selling his folders. And they said, nope, you're selling weapons. We're not interested in talking to you. Which is very odd because there's nothing in PayPal's terms of use for folding knives. You know, it's in there for switchblades. You can't have switchblades or automatic knives, but nothing against folding knives, pocket knives. It's very, very strange.
I came up with an idea. If I take out, they have their like loan program, working capital. If I take out a loan with them, they're not going to shut me down because then they won't get fucking paid.
Oh, dude. I mean, you
it's risky.
Everything is risky with them, man.
It sounds. I like it.
I guess the only piece of advice I can think of is don't include the word knife anywhere in any payments.
If you're going to use PayPal for stuff, just be aware of what you're doing and how you're doing it. I haven't seen any issues. We took some orders through. Not that many people used PayPal when they ordered the voids from me, but
yeah, most use Square.
Most use Stripe or Apple Pay. Did you know our site uses Apple Pay?
No idea.
It sure does. Pretty cool.
Yeah, Stripe, not Square, but Square's another option.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. Venmo is actually owned by PayPal.
Yeah,
but it seems to be a little more.
Well, there's no payment protection. There's no fees because it's literally just one-to-one transfers.
It's meant
of money.
to be interpersonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing. So like, the problem with wanting to move away from PayPal is there isn't, that I know of, a service besides using money orders that gives you the kind of protection from potential malfeasance. You know, it's not perfect with PayPal, as Jake will attest to, but like sending people like via Venmo or other payment options like that where there's zero protection, I don't know if that's better.
I think it's just you got to know who you're dealing with.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to use your fucking head. Don't be doing stupid shit.
Don't be a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So as long as people are using PayPal, so just don't put knives anywhere.
So
I need notes.
And I really appreciate a lot of the people that say, "Oh, use Levon from the Knife Nuts podcast as a reference." I don't. I honestly, guys, like for the most part, I don't sell too much stuff on there on Instagram too often. Just try and work it out with each other. You know, if there's a way I can help, I will. But it's difficult. You know.
Yeah.
Try and
it's not your job.
Yeah. Try and find somebody that you might actually know.
Is there? Did the hashtag knife sale apocalypse, did that come to an end, or is that still happening?
The hashtag war seems to have slowed down, but the ones that are blocked are blocked.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So like the knife sale block. All right, well, there's still Blade forums, and then there's Reddit, and Reddit will never block anything, so you'll be fine on Reddit.
I just can't. I don't know.
I haven't sold anything on Knife
Reddit.
Swap. I mean, Knife Swap is at least independent of any of the knife discussion forums, so you don't have to wade into those. I think it's knife_swap. I don't know. I haven't used it, but it's a place that I doubt will ever lose its ability to, have a market for knives.
You know what I need? I need someone to run a Knife Nuts Reddit. That's what I need. I can't do it. I won't do it.
I think we don't need to be absolutely everywhere. Pick or choose our social media battles.
That is true.
Instagram is definitely the more popular one anyway, so.
I would agree. But, you gotta spread it out a little bit.
Yeah. And if you're raffling shit, don't let anyone put raffle anywhere.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Don't put gun raffle in the comments.
Buying a gun to shoot bullets with.
Gun shoots. Yeah.
Don't say you're getting a gun made out of Damascus.
Yeah, Damascus gun.
Well, we just probably got flagged by the NSA for that too.
Yeah, let's not say gun anymore.
No.
It's funny that because PayPal knows I sell knives because back in the early days when I did the trying to think what knife it was. There was one that was the Hurricane. One of the blades was Persian style. Remember?
Oh God!
Yeah.
And they every knife that somebody ordered that was Persian, they blocked that sale.
Yeah.
And I called them about it. I'm like, what's the deal? And so they know. And we talked about me making knives at the time. So I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
It hasn't happened to me, so I guess I'm selfishly pretty happy. My PayPal's still up and running.
I just took all the money out of mine and transferred it over to my bank.
Good.
Don't let your PayPal balance sit. It's just free money for them anyway.
Yeah, seriously.
Whenever I would see that on the forums where guys would be like, "Oh, I have some money in my PayPal balance," so like my wife won't get mad at me. It's like, why do you have money in your PayPal balance?
I had a fuck ton.
Yeah, dude. You
I
cannot
know
use it.
But I have it so that way my wife doesn't know what I have.
Dude, just go open another fucking account.
Yeah, and
listen,
the Grand
I can't buy all these new nice rifles with her poking her nose around.
Yeah, the National Bank of the Grand Caymans, I'm sure would be happy to take your money.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be completely untraceable.
Yeah, so here's what happens. So if your account gets locked, this is a public service announcement. If your account gets locked, they will hold your money for 180 days. Okay? So if that happens, you will still be able to receive money to that account, or at least you won't be able to receive money to that account. If it gets locked temporarily, you will only be able to receive money and refund money. You will not be able to make payments or withdraw money. If your account gets locked entirely, your anything that's in your account is seized for 180 days. However, you are still able to refund money. So what a lot of people have been doing to get around this is find someone they can trust and refund all the money to that individual and then get it back.
That's okay.
Do you follow what I'm saying? Did I say that?
Minus 3% on either end.
Well, it's crazy.
I guess that's the best advice we can give.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, well, hopefully it doesn't happen to us since we got cool merch coming.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't. These coins are, if you dropped it off a very tall building, it would definitely murder someone.
They are very heavy.
They're definitely more of a challenge disc.
It's a challenge frisbee.
Challenge frisbee, yes.
But speaking of things you probably want a refund on, okay, segue king. Should we talk about the Benchmates?
Yeah, because I really want to talk about Benchmates because I got 2 Benchmates in too.
Wait, what the? When the fuck,
dude?
Just keep this under wraps.
Last night I ordered a Benchmade.
What is wrong with you?
Let's see if you guys can guess what Benchmade. Jake, I'm super excited about this Benchmade.
Super excited about a Benchmade. Is it a auto or a regular?
It's a manual open and it's a classic. It's a classic Benchmade.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. Let's see if you guys can guess what it is.
Oh my god! Did you buy a Barrage?
No.
940?
Nope, not a 940.
Interesting. A 943.
Mm-mm.
The thinking man's choice.
This is you're in the right pocket.
I am.
It is a manual, obviously a manual.
I'm frankly stunned that you bought any old legacy
Let's just say
Benchmade SKU.
It was on sale.
Okay.
And was only $143.
Only $143.
Only $143. But hey, this knife is awesome and it's still available. It's a limited run of a knife they do. That's normally around the $200 mark. Jake, I want you to think back to when all this was new and shiny to us. What Benchmade eluded us that we used to talk about at night? Like, oh yeah, we really want to get one of these. Think about it, Jake. Jake, where are you?
This motherfucker's gone.
Is he gone?
Think of the knife we used to talk about at night. While we're laying in bed next to one another, you fucking queermos.
Well, we were
for me. It was that dual action, and that's nowhere near $143.
No,
So
no, Jake, you're not there.
Does Jake have dementia and you're leading him?
Wait, what did you say, Jake?
Was it discontinued?
No.
When we were lusting after it or something?
The Contego.
It is the Contego!
Oh god, did you get the Knifeworks Contego?
Hell yeah!
That fucking thing. Yeah, the thing has more hotspots than the fucking sun.
Yo, dude, it's gonna be great.
You keep telling yourself that.
So wait, is that the one that I had the Ganzo knockoff of?
Maybe.
And that's why I always wanted one, because it's
blue and black layer G10.
I didn't get the blue and black. I got the gray and black.
Marginally better.
Marginally better.
With the M390? Okay, yeah. Wow, 140. Okay, so for $142, it's a pretty good deal.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I can't hate on that. I mean, it's going to feel like 1,000 tiny little knives stabbing your hand, but
I can't wait.
That is not bad for the price, actually. I hate to admit that.
It's on sale on Knifeworks now. It's the Knifeworks exclusive, and I highly recommend. I mean, I don't know, but I've always wanted one, and it's a Warren Osborne design, so think of it as like the 940's big brother.
Yes. But cheaper than a 940, probably.
But cheaper than a fucking 940.
Yeah. Okay, I can't be too mad. It's worth trying out.
Yeah. Also, the other thing I got was I got another bug out, which I gave to my mom. But I also got scales by Alexei Asimov. You know, the guy that Dr. Frunky loves.
Oh, yep.
In that, what's it called? Carbon plate, marbled purple carbon fiber.
That's cool. I mean, you probably have a $200 bug out now, but...
I got a very good deal from our buddy Mike Hostetler.
Oh, okay.
So
that helps.
I couldn't say no. And he included another bug out. And I was like, fine, I will give you the monies. So
right.
So I did that and gave the extra, because I already had a bug out for it, but I ended up giving the other one to my mom.
Nice. Yeah, well, those are some Benchmade success stories, but
the bug out is an exceptional knife.
Yeah,
it is.
It definitely, yeah. The only criticism seems to be leveled at the bailout, the 3V Tanto one.
Very
that makes no
odd.
sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Why?
No.
That knife would be fine. Like, why did you need to put 3V on it? Who asked for a small light folder in fucking 3V?
It makes genuinely no sense, but at least the bug out is a good knife that we can recommend.
Yeah, and it's ground thin. It's made nice. The action's great. It's a really cool knife.
So it's the polar opposite of a $1,500 gold class Crooked River.
What in the name of all that is holy?
The craziest thing is that this is one of the least interesting gold class knives I've ever seen, and it's somehow the most expensive one I've ever seen.
It's true. That's exactly right. And nothing against the regular Crooked River, because I actually think that's kind of one of the best knives they made.
It is.
Yeah. Right? The smaller one in particular, I think I handled yours first. It was very, very nice.
That's a good knife. I actually like that one.
So here's what they did. They PVD'd the blade, which is, exudes quality and high-endness is when you paint the blade black.
Yeah, it's if it's to be believed, which it is. It's black DLC, but it's
is it
still,
actual DLC? Okay.
Yeah, but it's still just a CPM 20 CV blade, so it's a mono steel blade.
Okay. And then they decided to put the Damasteel on the bolsters. And what is the inlay, the scales? They're carbon fiber.
Unidirectional carbon fiber.
Okay, odd choice, but we're not. This is all shaping up to be an $800-900 knife, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they decide to turn it around and they put fucking file work on it.
Yeah, it's got cracked ice on the.
Oh yeah, it's cracked
clip.
ice. They fucking just shat on the bags.
Yeah, it's hand polished and jeweled liners with cracked ice finish.
By jeweled, they mean we bounced the Dremel off of the shit.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I mean, I bet it took them some amount of time to do each one of these, but it's just $1,500 is just so common. It's just crazy. Like a custom maker couldn't charge that.
So everyone is like, oh, Shirogorovs, they're so expensive. Why you buy the Shirogorov? And the one that's coming out is that Mayo, that Tom Mayo. They're re-releasing that with an Alutex scale and a Damasteel blade. I swore that knife when Shirogorov posted it on their Instagram, that was going to be a $3,000 knife. Yeah. I swore up and down it was going to be $2,700. Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised.
$1,500. I feel like, I mean, it's high, and so am I, but it's not bad.
No,
I feel like it's worth it almost.
It's I mean, in comparison. If I had $1,500, if I had $1,500 and it was hey, get the gold class Benchmade or the Dr. Death,
Dr. Death and Damasteel by Shirogorov.
Yeah. That meme of the guy sweating, looking at the two buttons to press. That's the situation.
Yeah, but it's just not a hard decision.
No.
No, it's more of the. I think it's more of the meme of. Is it? Who is it? It's not Kanye West. It's another popular R&B singer.
It's a good description.
It's the Canadian one. What's his name?
Drake.
Where he's like saying no, I don't like that, but then he points to the other thing. It is that's the one.
The the Benchmade Gold Class in and of itself is kind of a meme. Like every time, I swear they do it just to fuck with us. Like each new one is more expensive and more hard to justify that price. And
it's not even like they get more ornate. They just get dumber. They just get dumber.
It's so crazy.
I don't understand. Like, I miss the days I had a gold class 940, and
that was like $500, right?
It was like $500.
About to bring that thing up.
It had an M4 blade coated in tinitride. It had titanium scales and carbon fiber bolsters,
and
beautiful.
It was noticeably smoother and really well put together and tuned at the factory, and it was like, this makes sense.
It was beautiful. I love that thing. I would buy another one. I would.
and it was $1,000 less than the
$1,000 less. And I think I got it for way less than that. I think I got it for like $400.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But they do have they do have a new OTF that is G10 that actually doesn't look terrible.
The blade to handle ratio looks particularly bad for an OTF.
I mean, OTF's already pretty bad with that.
Yes.
The 3400 Autocrat. It's it's something. I'm excuse
curious.
me, it's $480.
Mm.
Oh no, never mind. That's like $180 more than a Ultratech. What the fuck?
And it's almost definitely going to be worse.
It's not going to be better. I would argue.
Jake used to love the Infidel. I thought that thing was terrible.
I think
personally.
I still do.
Yeah, but now that Microtech,
it's nice having one option where the action of an OTF is on the lighter side instead of really, really heavy. I mean, we used to talk about how if you hand an Ultratech to someone, there's like a 50% chance that their thumbs can't actuate the thing.
It is brutal.
Yeah, and the Infidel was just much lighter and more user friendly, I guess. I don't know.
But for an OTF, which is not exactly like a typical EDC knife, that doesn't really seem important. I hate to say it.
I just got a DM from Elijah.
Was he listening?
He just sent me. He can't be listening.
I know. I'm joking.
We're recording this. Okay. I was like, "Are you really? You produced this? How do you not know we're not live yet, dude?"
That'd be bad.
He sent me my own post of that Kershaw CQC 11 in D2, which I fucking love. That's a great knife for $50. You get a 3.5-inch blade in China D2. It's hollow ground and it's pretty thin behind the edge and it's sharp as fuck. It locks up solid and it's smooth as hell. What else could you want? It's better than any Emerson I've ever had.
I was just about to say, if only a real Emerson could aspire to those qualities.
Yeah, so that was... I got a whole bunch of the new Kershaws in from St. Nick's Knives. Shout out to St. Nick's. They've supported us a lot. They're big fans of the show. They purchase our Knife Nuts editions, and now they are officially linked up with us too. So I really appreciate everything they do. Yeah. So I got the Parsec, which is a cool little Star Wars reference, little flipper with a bronze wash and like a blue painted pivot. I got the other thing, which is like a cleaver looking thing.
Oh, that cleaver looking one is kind of nice. I'm not going to defend the bronze wash one, but
it's okay.
The cleaver looking one is modern looking.
But I also got the Launch 10, I think it is.
Is that the little claw one?
The little claw one, dude.
Hawkbill.
The white claw?
Dude, it is so ready.
I've been waiting for that to come out.
It is badass. I love it. And I'm going to call it Sharon. Is it Karen? It's Karen, right? Karen, the white claw, and she asks for the manager all the time.
I get it. I get it now.
Is it Karroll you're trying to say?
No, it's Karen. It's Karen, not Karroll.
Is that one Cali legal?
It is Cali legal, which is fucking crazy.
That's what I thought.
What is the point of it? It's not like you're going out and harvesting grain with your little hawkbill.
With your 2-inch sai?
Yeah.
You're harvesting arteries.
It is cool, though, that we will have access to some Spydercos that we might not normally buy with full price.
Spydercos and Kershaw products are stuff that I really like to... Because people ask me about them all the time.
Yeah, for educational purposes, it's better that we check them out, even if we weren't going to buy, some of the weirder Spyderco stuff with our own money.
Precisely.
So, thank you, St. Nick's Knives.
Yeah, absolutely. Great people. Fast shipping.
Yeah.
The other thing I got
Levon, do you remember how long ago I discovered St. Nick's Knives?
Yeah, I remember it vividly. Yeah. This goes back to when...
like our little mall spot.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this place no one knows about this little place. Yeah. You can get Spydercos there.
Yeah. Wait, in person, or are you talking about...
No.
On the internet. Okay, on the internet.
Well, we did have a little mall spot, but that's just how I pictured St. Nick's, because they're, at least on their website, like I don't know, 5, 6, or 7 years ago. They said that they were in like a shopping mall, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that their brick and mortar location was like in a shopping center or shopping mall.
All I know is they're cool people.
They did that CPM 4V Para 3 exclusive that we all got back in whenever that was.
I got that, and I just got
had one too.
I got the 4V Shaman. And it is badass.
That's the one that Chris Kelly is after.
Chris Kelly has my original Shaman. He has my original Shaman.
Also, speaking of the Shaman, I don't want to interrupt you guys too much. Go.
Well, all I want to say is, like, if you see someone raffling a Shaman for $500, just kick them in the balls in your mind.
Are the 4V ones getting nuts?
Oh yeah.
Jesus. I was gonna say I thought that the sort of tide was turning against the compression lock, which is the weirdest thing.
Well, that's because the fucking people. What was the knife that I hated? Because it was terrible.
The Kapara?
The Kapara.
Funny, I've been carrying that one a lot lately and have been appreciating it more.
I literally, for me, it just didn't work.
Yes, that one is a bad choice. The compression lock on that was a bad choice, but I have thin fingers, so it's very easy for me to actuate it.
Every time I want to, I would literally
have thin fingers and low T.
Bold words coming from you, Jake.
Yeah, seriously.
I have normal fingers, but no T.
Thank you.
That's
now
good.
We're even.
I would like fling that thing out of my hand.
Yes, no, I am always very worried about like dropping it when I'm closing it. And I also feel semi-betrayed by Spyderco. Like, hey, yeah, we fucked up the pivot, so here's a new version with a not fucked up pivot. And it's not like downloadable content, so go fuck yourself. You got to buy a new one.
Here's the other piece of advice. So this is another public service announcement. Don't spend money or aftermarket prices on any production Spyderco, because they will make more. Whether it's today or tomorrow, they will make more. Everyone who went fucking nuts over the Spidey Chef because Nick Shabazz likes it, now you feel like a fucking moron, don't you?
Yes, because they all just came out, yes. Just don't... Also, because they'll come out with a slightly different variant in a comparable steel. Like there'll be a Hap 40 version if you missed out on the Crewwear version or something.
Exactly.
It's insane. I once had an expensive Spyderco PM2, and I was like, why? Why did I do this?
Just think logically about this. You're a production company. You manufacture your own products. You know that you manufacture something that people want. It is in your best interest to make more and sell them to people.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. Supply and demand. We want to, constrain the supply just a little bit, make sure the demand is there, and then fucking throw it out there.
Nick Shabazz here with your Spidey Chef.
Yeah.
Go buy one for $400.
This little guy. Now,
yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, nothing about Nick Shabazz. I love him. He's a great dude.
It's just really fun to impersonate
him.
It
is very funny to impersonate him because we all know that's not his real voice.
Yeah, I am.
It's almost close though. I got to tell you
that. I'm dying here.
Someone on his comments the other day said they figured it out. He sounds like Timon from The Lion King. I feel like that's very accurate.
Who is voiced by the dude with the most extreme version of that
what's the guy's name? I can't remember.
Let's find out. This is why we have Google.
He's voice really funny. He's in the Birdcage.
Oh God.
Super
Nathan
jealous.
Lane?
Yes, Nathan Lane.
Thank you. Because the Birdcage is a great movie.
Nick Shabazz identity reveal. He's actually Nathan Lane.
That's a fucking plot twist.
Yeah.
That does bring up Spyderco discontinued a bunch of knives.
Yes.
I sent the link around.
I don't think I mourn any of them.
I will say, let's see. The Advocate is going away. They briefly brought it back after they fucked it, that gigantic pivot issue that was such a big thing. Yes. They brought it back, they fixed it, and now it's going away again. But there are ones on here that came out like last year that it's so obvious we're going to get discontinued quickly. Like the 100 Pacer and the Cue Ball. There's a lot of weird ones in here that are going away. No surprise.
I kind of have some low-key love for the 100 pacer.
I like the 100 pacer too. It's a gigantic, like, Persian-looking thing. Oh, wait, no, can't say Persian. We'll get our accounts first.
Yeah.
Curved blade.
Yes.
It's a cool-looking knife. I'm not gonna buy one because the scales.
Just
are
say
hideous.
Aladdin-inspired.
It's so Spyderco-y, the handles, and that's what ruins it. The Southern Hanan, which they botched the fuck out of that one. No surprise that one's going away. The Lil Subhilt, that was a weird one. Yeah, it's basically all just weird shit and then the Advocate.
Yeah, that's odd.
Magnitude seemed to be...
Yeah, the Peter Carey Magnitude. The bigger version
that's
of
actually
the...
That's actually a cool knife.
It is. It was probably just too expensive. And the Sage 1 is finally getting discontinued.
Thank heavens. But just, what do we need that knife for?
Yeah, everyone that wanted one has one, but that had a run.
There's still plenty of them out there.
Yeah.
There's definitely a sea of Sage 1s for people to have.
I think they're discontinuing, are they discontinuing the Amalgam, or does this just happen to be on sale? Sales don't really happen.
Can I just say how good this little dog is? He is just literally sitting at my feet right now.
Quincy's gonna be heated if he hears that.
You didn't introduce him on the podcast yet, did you?
No, I really should. So, I have a new addition to my very small family. At least my live-in family, which is just me and a fucking cat.
He doesn't even have a name anymore.
But everybody knows Quincy. Quincy literally is synonymous.
Our tertiary mascot.
Yes, exactly. He has got a lot of personality. He's always in my business, and he still is. But Hector is a long-haired, apple-headed Chihuahua. And he's a rescue. His owner died of a heroin overdose.
Oh.
Yeah. He had a really bad life. I can tell this because they're definitely not going to listen to this fucking podcast. You know what I mean?
Well, the dude certainly isn't.
The dude certainly isn't.
It's hard when you're leaning.
Because he's dead. And his wife went into rehab. They dumped Hector on my friend Emily, who is pretty active within the knife community around here. She's good friends with John Gray and stuff like that. She'll actually go and help him out in the shop and things like that. So she's a really cool person. So she takes care of a lot of she does volunteer at different shelters and things like that for cats. So she doesn't really do much with dogs, but they knew she was going to be good with taking care of him. And I went over there and I'm like, oh man, this little runt, like what the hell am I going to, I went over there just to, hang out.
Speed it up, Jake.
Met this dog. He's a real sweetheart. He took a liking to me.
Fuck you.
I decided to give him a permanent home with me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
he's a good little guy.
Welcome, Hector.
Yeah. It's funny. It's kind of weird though that with me walking down the street with this tiny little dog, he weighs like 2 pounds, literally 2 pounds.
People are wondering for sure.
Let them wonder. I don't give a fuck. What are they gonna do? Come up to me?
Yeah.
Just be careful. Don't sit on him because you'll kill that thing.
Seriously, I gotta watch where I step. He's looking at me like, oh, please don't step on me, man.
Oh man, he's a Mexican Chihuahua.
He's got an accent.
He definitely has an accent. You can see it in his face. He's staring at me with his little bug-out eyes.
Wow, speaking of Benchmade.
Yeah, seriously, he's modeled after the bug-out is actually named after his face.
The 480 Vector. Shit. The Steve Buscemi meme where it's like, what's up, my fellow kids or my fellow youths?
Yeah.
It's Steve Buscemi trying to be a kid. That is Benchmade trying to make a modern knife.
Yeah.
What is up, my fellow knife companies?
Yeah, we made the most modern knife you could ever want.
It has a compound grind and a recurve, and it's a tanto, and it's a flipper,
and it's assisted,
and it's $280.
Jesus Christ!
I love how Adam bought one. Like, what kind of sadomasochistic shit is that? You know it's going to be terrible.
Adam does things that I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't want to be tied up in his sex dungeon and forced to whip him or something. Yuck.
he just got out of the hospital too. He had like some like heart scare. He's fine, but of course he posted pictures of himself in the hospital and such.
Good thing to bring up immediately after we're making fun of him.
Yeah,
that's
I feel like an asshole.
How things go for people who run, every other day and stay in really good health, and
I'm happy
they lead active, healthy lifestyles.
Yeah, and
their heart goes out when they're like 30.
Yeah, meanwhile Jake is unkillable.
Maybe not have scares, dude. There will be no scare. There's just going to be like a normal day and then dead.
Hey, it's easier that way.
You won't get a heads up.
It's much easier that way.
I blamed Adam's like addiction to White Monster. You should see the wake of drywall that he leaves behind.
Oh my god. Probably listens to a lot of Five Finger Death Punch when he's drinking those things.
He legitimately listens to Five Finger Death Punch.
We gotta have an intervention.
I've tried.
We gotta move him out of Georgia.
We're gonna start doing the Knife Nuts Extras podcast soon, like the extra episodes, and it's just gonna be me and him and some other random jackass.
Oh God, I'm worried about who the other random jackass is.
It's not. It's just going to be a different guest each time.
Oh, okay.
Like when we do our first episode, it's just going to be he and I shooting the shit and me, But on following episode, we'll have Greg Stevens, so we'll be able to do a lot of different stuff and include a lot of different parts of the community, whether it's watches, knives, animal-shaped bottle openers.
Does anyone even make those anymore? Let's be honest.
I saw a Mokutai honey badger for sale on EDC.
Forgot about those.
And I was like, wow.
It's a blast from the past.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. You can have this in your pocket.
He does. Adam has the Zerks coming out very soon, right?
Yeah, and he's doing something crazy. I don't know why he would add complication to his life.
Oh, what? Asking people can pick their own number?
People can pick their own number.
Brian, what do you think of that?
I think that's a total mistake. Especially when then people start leaving. Oh yeah, I can't get the knife. I have some bullshit. I don't know.
Out of
they always have some story. Now you're trying to sell specific numbers and shit. Fuck that.
No, that is the worst idea ever.
I think it's nice for his customers.
It is very nice for his customers.
It's nice for them.
It's bad for him.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Yes, I feel very bad for him having to do that.
But you know what? He's different than you, Brian. He likes interacting with people.
Maybe
then it's a good idea.
That's right.
Maybe his customers aren't teetering on the brink of financial ruin at all times, like Brian's.
Oh man, listen.
Why his health is in such good heart.
All my teeth fell out this morning, and I need to pay for some veneers.
So I need my deposit back.
I need my deposit back.
Some of them have gotten something like that.
Oh, my anus prolapsed. I'm so sorry. I need my
evil Angelina.
Yeah.
My family was
you
kidnapped
never know.
by Chechen mobsters.
No,
you never know.
There's definitely
life sucks, man. It's all sorts of shit happens.
It's really funny to speculate, though.
Wait until something horrible happens to me and I need every fucking dollar, and then I look like an asshole saying that people that need $100 refund.
You barely have any knives left anyway.
No, I got 50.
Oh, really?
They haven't gone anywhere. I just haven't gotten any new ones, except for the ones that you have.
You're gonna like that. I'm sending you obviously the Wii that you purchased, the Bishop, which is very nice.
Yeah.
And I'm sending you the Kaiser Odin.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it completes my Wii clergy collection because I have the Deacon.
Which segues us into another Chinese knife company, and more specifically, Steel Will. Not Steel Will. What's the other one? Real Steel.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Jake about this.
Yeah. So we had
so lovely.
We have the Harrier as well as what's the other one called? Shit.
It's the weird Ivan Drago hunting knife.
Ivan is a really cool dude and a metalhead. Has sent me so many cool bands to check out. I very rarely can someone say, "Hey, listen to this band. They're going to be good." You know what I mean? Like someone recommends you some band, they're going to be shit. Yeah. No. Every band he sent me has been okay.
Someone forces you to watch a YouTube video.
It's the Relict.
The Relict. It's a very cool knife based on older I think American folding hunting knives. They have actually a shell puller for old school shotguns.
Yeah, it says this is a aspect is an extremely traditional design that is only seen in Eastern European knives. I guess it's a Russian thing, but that is a really actually pretty attractive looking knife. Like I like that knife overall.
Nice. It is very nice. You would like it a lot.
I think it is cool looking overall. It is a very weird thing for someone to make, but I'm glad that Real Steel took the plunge on that one. But yeah, Jake is... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, Ivan's got a lot of cool knives coming down the pike, too, so follow him. Ivan B. something.
Braganets or something. We're probably not pronouncing it right, but Jake, is the Harrier every bit of weirdness that you thought it would be?
Basically, yeah. Yeah, we got it open and counted its rings, and it definitely has... I mean, it's built not built like anything I've seen.
It's got 2 D10s.
So, yeah, and it has like something that I think we initially equated to like an HRD kind of deal, but it operates nothing like an HRD because it's so large that it actually rolls, whereas the HRD doesn't. So, yeah, I mean, it makes its own unique sounds, and it has its own unique feel, and I could bore everyone trying to explain it. I should, if I had it in front of me, you could at least hear the like double clicky detent sounds.
We posted on the Knife Nuts podcast
on Instagram.
You can go see Jake and I talk about it in detail.
It's definitely weird.
It's cool because you can see where their thought process was.
Too.
Yeah.
So
it's basically they took the Megalodon design and integrated a bunch of stuff into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why, yeah, I mean,
which explains
exactly
the weird
why I
proportions
wanted it, because the Megalodon is like one of the best, all around
knives
designed and executed knives. So
yeah, that is still a great knife. But I'm glad you finally got to try out the Harrier because it's a weird knife. Real weird.
And a huge shout out and thank you to them because they were willing to work with us and on something that I really kind of craved for a change, which is not a sensation I'm used to feeling. So,
yes, thank you to Real Steel for sending those.
They temporarily cured my dead inside. Thank you, Real Steel.
Yeah, no, they're cool. I'm glad you got that because I know you had been talking about that one for a while.
Yeah, me too. And I love it. It didn't disappoint at all. So
yeah, that's sick.
That's great.
Yeah, now I just have to carry it and use it a little bit more, and I'll have more to say.
Yeah. You know what?
Absolutely.
You know what we didn't even talk about was the gathering that Brian went to. I'm sure Brian doesn't remember any of it, but
the gathering happened.
Was it as doom and gloom as it was made out to be? Yeah, because it seems like the custom market is crashing.
Yeah, it didn't have. I don't know. It just didn't have the excitement than they had years before, for sure. It seemed a little off.
I'm seeing some crazy prices on customs. Like, I think I saw someone selling a JB Stout, or it was either JB Stout or a Brad Blunt knife for like $1,200, and those used to be like $3,600. It's I don't know if it's finally correcting itself, but
everything,
it's interesting.
That's how this industry seems to go. Like every couple years, there's like a panic, like, oh my god, everything's ending, and then it just reinvents itself somehow.
That is true.
Everything is waves, bro.
It's all waves, man.
Everything's in waves.
Man, what the fuck?
I got two production daggers in from Spartan blades.
How did that happen? That's such a random thing.
We talk to them every time we see them.
Oh yeah, they are really nice, but
they're cool people. I got the hankering to really take a look at them. So I actively DM'd Spartan Blades, and they got back to me
thirsty.
Right away. I can't keep them. I can't. I just cannot.
What would you do with them?
I don't know.
Occasionally stab like water bottles?
I don't even think I could do that with them. They're so nice.
They are really cool. I mean, I've always wanted a Spartan Blade fixed blade, but it's so far at the bottom of the list for me.
They are made for people who need something to
very serious. Yes,
yeah, like they're such a military specific item, but they are so well made and so gorgeous. And the one's the Harsey and the other one's a George. I can't decide which one I like more.
They are really cool.
One's a hidden tang, the other one's a full tang.
Like, if you have unlimited money, that's something you definitely have to have in the collection.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're not prohibitively expensive, but
I mean, it is for something you'll literally never touch.
Between $300 to like $500 for a very specific dagger. I just needed to see them because they're such a niche product, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they don't. I'm hanging on to them just so Jake can see them, and then I'm going to send them back to. I really want to keep one, but I honestly God can't decide which one I like.
They're both pretty wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elijah actually picked up the custom version of the George in Damascus with like carbon fiber handles.
Jesus.
It is amazing.
Jesus. Well, I'm still looking forward to not being able to buy a horse crippler, so.
Yeah, seriously.
So, in terms of big fixed blades, that's the one I'm really happy I won't be able to get.
I'm still waiting for my horse crippler.
If they ever materialize.
Yes. I do believe that's happening.
We should clone the horse crippler here.
What should we call it?
Yeah, Jay, can you just make us horse cripplers with your shop that is somewhat coming together?
Let's come up with a good name for it, and maybe.
That's pretty much the order of operations for Jake. It's like make a name for it, and then eventually I'll make something.
The horse, I don't know.
It's not horse. It would have to be something else.
It wouldn't be horse. It would be
camel chopper. I don't know, dude.
I don't either.
Give us your name. Go ahead and DM. Send me a DM with your name for a knockoff horse crippler.
And Jake will make one, and hopefully Elijah won't sue him or something.
Yeah, that's right.
So, all's well that ends well. We need to give away a knife, don't we?
Well, I'd like to say something. The last knife we gave away, I'm still sitting on. The person never DM'd me.
Interesting. I think they probably have forfeited it.
That's what I was going to say. Like, here's what I was going to say. If someone can we remind the person who won the last one? Is there any way for us to know that?
I would literally have to go back and listen to the episode.
Okay, what episode was it in?
38.
I'm trying to think of the best way to do this, but if you listen to episode 38 and you won we will verify it. You know, yeah. It's not like don't just DM like, hey, I won that knife. I will verify it, and if you fuck with me, I will fuck with you. But
I think you have to hold on to it for quite a long time, and until this person gets in touch with you, because they might not have followed or listened. There might not be any even close to this episode.
I would like that's correct. So let's just say this: a Patreon supporter has won the Tuya Knives Hive. I have sitting here for you. I'm happy to send it to you. Just please hit me up. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, but we need to do one for now.
Okay, I don't know what we're giving away though.
What do we have to give away?
What do I have to give away? I don't know.
Options. Don't we have more than one?
You know what? We'll give away the Pat Hammond Alliance Designs little guy.
All right.
That's what we'll give away.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called the Scout. It was purchased directly from Urban EDC Supply. Shout out to Sean. It was really cool meeting you at the Lehigh show. And we'll give that away to a lucky Patreon supporter. And thank you to all of our new Patreon supporters who have.
Yeah, we got a ton recently.
We got a ton. That was responsible for half of the sales of the Void.
Yeah, but thank you guys. Jake, do you want to go to random.org? We have 14 people who are eligible. And don't know why Jake is the number person, but he always is. So
that's good.
That's how we're doing it.
I am ready to generate.
All right.
Say the word.
Go ahead.
Do it. Right. The number is 11.
All right. Jose.
Yeah. Jose!
You have won.
Jose, I believe, has even won before, if I remember correctly.
There's only 14 people. You got a good chance.
Yeah, that's the best thing about being in our Patreon is like if you're in the $25 a month
China D2 for you
tier, you have a pretty good chance of making your money back in knives.
Yes.
So that's just really it.
Yeah, you have a pretty good chance of winning at least 1 month a year.
Yes.
At this rate.
Correct.
So, all right.
Congratulations, Jose.
That's a nice name.
He's a fantastic supporter. He's always comments, always is in touch, always listens. So,
and I've definitely shipped things to him before.
Absolutely.
Jose from Arizona, maybe.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. What's his last? Oh, can't wait to say that.
Let's we just said the band.
Well, I don't even know if that, but I think that's his username on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't think it's a secret.
Someday someone's gonna get mad at us.
In the words of Dave,
you guys really got to get all this shit together.
Yo, listen, he's got his first and last name on his Instagram.
All right.
Okay? His name is Filthy Saint on Instagram, and his first and last name is right there. So
okay. I feel less bad now.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
Wait until we're like, and their address is,
and their address and their firstborn.
Social security numbers.
We look them up on My Life and talk about all their traffic tickets.
Wow,
that's what we do when they leave the Patreon.
Wow, that's petty.
I know. Yeah, it's something that someone who owns a Chihuahua would do.
Gotta bring. You just gotta be one of those wildly inappropriate dog owners now and bring your dog everywhere and act like it's no big deal.
I gotta tell you, it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, he's not exactly that hard to pick up and move around with, so I think that's probably fine.
He's literally back on my lap right now.
Damn. So Quincy's.
It's time to start purse shopping, buddy.
Quincy is hanging out under the couch. He's watching me.
You can find a tactical Chihuahua bag somewhere.
I haven't. He does have a car seat.
Do you want me to check if the people who make my backpack make a tactical dog carrier?
Oh, who's our friends that make all the bags?
I can make you a Kydex sheath for him.
It just snaps his
Let me just ask you though, how do you think he'll react to the press?
Yeah. I was made a joke earlier. I was saying do you think I could fit him in a small flat rate? And then I said not in one piece.
Darn.
His little head's getting scratched right now. What the hell? You don't want to go in a flat rate box, do you, buddy? No, I'd never do that. He's a good guy. Yeah, wow. It's been great. I don't know what else I have to talk about.
I think that was pretty much a whirlwind. We covered quite a few knives there.
Yes, we did.
I want one of Mattia's new Bowie chefs.
The Bowie chef is the sexiest fucking kitchen knife.
Just random, just gonna throw that out there. That's last thought.
I wanted to talk about it for an hour or so about elasto-hydrodynamic lubrication. If you guys are cool.
End the podcast, dude. Just end it right now.
delete that post, Jake. In real life. All right. Yeah.
So let's just say thank you to our sponsors. I haven't talked to Kaiser in a while. There's something going on with China and communication through non-Chinese.
Are they in Hong Kong?
What? No.
They're in mainland?
No,
okay.
No, there's been no tear gas or anything.
Okay, because the Kaiser employees might be out in the streets right now.
No, I think there's because they don't have VPNs and stuff are illegal there.
Yeah.
So getting in touch with Kaiser has been a bit tricky lately. So I hope I have more stuff by them soon. I want to give a shout out to BRS, who's an official sponsor of the show now. Thank you to those guys. They've been following us since episode 2.
So go get yourself a battle song and accidentally stab yourself with it.
I will tell you this: they just released the Nomad, the BRS Nomad, which is the who's
the little flipper?
No, it's not a flipper. It's the Tanto. It's the Nova Blades design.
Oh yeah, the Nova Blades one. Yeah.
That thing is fucking amazing. It's $149 and it's badass.
Go buy one.
That definitely is an instant buy. If you will love it, I promise you. I also want to say thank you to everyone who got in on the Void. All the new followers that have joined us. Anyone who's purchased a coin or any other crap that we've been trying to make.
I need the shit we hawk.
I need the shit we hawk at you. But seriously, we really do appreciate it, and we hope I try to make stuff that's nice.
Yes. I think you did a good job.
Yeah, nice. With my face on it. Nice.
Hey, those pins.
The
are
pins.
Fantastic.
Oh, the pins are great. I had to charge $6 for them though because it cost me that much to fucking ship them. It's like $4 to ship it.
I think it's a good use of $6.
Yeah, it's a good use of $6. I mean, if you buy something else from me, I usually try to throw stuff in, but you know.
Douche.
And if you do join our Patreon, I'm currently out of patches. I'm working on trying to get more of that, and new T-shirts will be available soon too.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody for helping make this a success, and we hope to get you guys a new episode sooner than later.
Jake, play him out.
Elastohydrodynamic lubrication.
Shut the fuck
up! Which significant elastic deformation of the surface.
Oh my god!
Considerably alters the shape
I want to
of
die.
the lubricant film in the contact. The importance of the elastic deflection.
Chihuahua has.
Tim, you can tell he's been listening to Logic. Look at him spitting these bars real fast.
Dude.
By the way, this would be the perfect explanation for shitty detent scratching across blade.
And now I'm ending it.
There's something. I restarted and updated.
Always helps. Damn it! You know what? People got mad at Ernie Emerson for smacking his lips too much. You know how many times I've had to edit myself smacking my lips out of the podcast because
I don't even know how someone smacks their lips. Like,
I don't know.
What are you fucking doing?
I don't do it any time except for when I'm talking on this podcast. Like, this is apparently the character Dave who does this. In real life, Dave doesn't do this. All right, I don't enjoy that sound at all.
Nope, terrible.
All right, we're good now though.
Was that Brian?
I think that was Brian.
Yeah, he's doing the thing where
that was Hash Brian.
That sound ain't it.
He was doing the thing where he flicks the side of his mouth.
Yeah, that's a classic. I mean, it's pretty good. It really does sound. We had the bug noises before. Now it sounds like it's raining. Mm-hmm. I like the ambiance in this podcast. It's very relaxing. Calm Levon down.
For some reason, I can do it on the first try and then not again. It's very weird. So I just did.
All right. Well,
get my muter ready here.
I'm recording pre-roll right now.
Out of control upstairs.
Okie dokie. So you're recording stuff right now?
Yeah, we're recording.
This is the first time I'm ever going to do the intro to the podcast with a Chihuahua in my arms.
Oh God.
You have to introduce the new acquisition, considering I don't think me or Jake got anything in the last month and a half.
I will not be going through new acquisitions because it will be the entire fucking podcast.
Yeah, what else is our content going to be? I haven't been keeping my finger on the pulse of the knife game recently, so I need you to feed me topics that I can try and give my uninformed opinion about.
Yeah, I have a package for you going out tomorrow.
Yeah, I really gotta. I gotta get back into this. I gotta jump back into this shit. I've been too out of the loop. It's bad for someone who runs a podcast or is in a podcast about knives.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think topic-wise. How should we start?
Well, Brian went to
just...
G whatever. We haven't heard about that on the podcast, technically.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we can start with that.
Because I forget about it. I don't even remember what the fuck happened.
Well, that's great. You can tell us that. That's perfect.
Well, I actually don't. We'll have to go through your Instagram to find the posts from then and see what you did. I can't remember if you had one of the... Was it the Void prototypes with you? We haven't talked about the Void.
I guess we can talk about the Void. The Knife Nuts Void.
Yeah, the Knife Nuts Void. The Micro Evo, if possible. Spyderco discontinued some knives. We could talk about the discontinued Spydercos.
Okie dokie.
It's a pretty big list.
I got some
I'll send that.
Kershaws in from St. Nick's Knives. We got to talk about those. What else?
Let me list topics. Brian at USM again. All right. Evo. Void. Micro Evo. Kershaw's. Spyderco discontinued. What else?
We can talk about the Lehigh show.
Lehigh show.
Which was not much to talk about, but I think if we talk about it more,
could be an elegy.
The next time they do it. Well, yeah, we got to talk about, do a little R.I.P. Bill Goodman section.
Yeah, that's a shame.
All right.
What a sweet man.
Who is breathing like that? Is that Brian?
Am I breathing bad?
After the way he was coughing, I'm sure he's happy to get any kind of air in his system.
Chihuahua just looked when I did that sound. He just looked at me like, "What the fuck is your problem?"
The new Benchmades, because Benchmade came out with that new OTF that looks like it might not suck total camel dick.
Yeah, unlake the assisted. Okay.
Yes, in the Benchmade Gold class.
Let's wait. Let's wait. Okay, we got plenty to talk about. You've got a Wii knife that I have right now. I have it in the box. I have it packaged for you.
Benchmade Gold Class Crooked River, and I gotta look up what that OTF is called. I think it's like the Propel maybe. It's got some fancy new name.
Yeah, Adam just posted it. Let me tell you what because he made
the
one.
G10 one.
What the fuck? I opened Instagram and I just got this video of a raccoon running around with a broom in his mouth.
There are a lot of raccoon-based Instagram meme accounts that I am a huge fan of.
Yeah,
the 3400 Autocrat, like the coffee milk syrup from Rhode Island, which I have to
the
mention.
one I was talking about is the Vector. All right, let's.
Oh, and the Vector, yeah, that thing's terrible.
It's awful, apparently, real bad. But
Yep.
I was like, how? Okay, let's get this going.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start. Okay.
go for it.